Hey guys, I'm Mark.
And I'm Rick, and welcome to On the Range Podcast with Hogg Tactical and Kelley Defense.
Yes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of On the Range Podcast with Warhog Tactical and Kelley Defense. Rick, I got to tell you, the energy level is up. We got a lot going
Bam.
on.
We are
and we're
fired up, man.
tons of stuff to go
Fired.
over today. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But how's it going today, buddy?
Man, it's going great. A little chilly, but that's all right. You know, that's why I've got my my jacket with fleece lining, although I think you say it's a what's it called again?
That's a shacket.
A shacket. No, it ain't no shacket with the Warhog. Heard that rubbish. Just my
The
shirt.
only thing that's going to make that bad boy look better if it's got Warhog embroidered on it.
Well, you know, we might have to go get it done. So,
dude.
Doing great, brother. Just want to thank the viewers, listeners out there for giving us your most precious commodity. Appreciate it, guys. Do me one more favor here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like button, rating, review, all that other good stuff. Just help us beat that old AI algorithm. And don't forget, man, swing by warhog.com, kelleydefense.com. Sign up for those newsletters. I'm going to tell you this. One went out here, most Ricky Tick. And you know what? If you didn't get it, you're missing out on the Black Friday sale that's happening right now. Bam. That's right. We ain't waiting until Friday, right? Why wait?
No.
We started today. Bam. So for all you listening, the Firearms Notebook is on Black Friday sale for right now. So make sure you scoop yours up at a special discounted price. So swing by Amazon and check it out.
Save yourself a boatload of cash, man.
Boatload of cash. You know, so here's the thing, Mark. I think we're going to start something a little different. You know, I mean, it's like we'll hit our other housekeeping stuff along the way. But super excited about this, right? We used to hang on here. We used to have our little remember we'd reach into the mailbag
mailbag sound effects. Oh yeah, those are good old days.
So it was the good old days, right? But I had to bring them back a little bit. Why? Bam, mail call time. That's right. You ask, we deliver all the way from the UK. I'm going to show you this bad boy.
Dude, this guy, look at that.
Yeah. So for the listeners, I'm going to do some mic adjustment here. So for the listeners, you guys are missing out. For the viewers, check this bad boy out. The new C2R Fast Vest, right? All the way from the UK. Buddy Paul does phenomenal work. Make sure you guys check him out. C2RFast.com. Look at this American flag, man. Bam. I mean, that thing, that just slaps you right in the face, right? So I thought mine was pretty cool. I mean, this thing is like spot on. Now, granted, I would have loved to have had this thing years ago and put some miles on it, but just a great setup, great design. Just the material those guys are using. You can kind of see the top here as I'm sitting there trying to balance one-handed. And again, I'm not going to butcher and say what all the material is because I am not the material expert. Your back panel, you can see he's got zipper pouch on there. So it does have some molly in there, some Velcro, but it does have zipper pouch. So you can put your panels on there. But really the front panel, man, he's done a great job. So it's got your standard 3-mag pouch, but it's got these little accessory pouches here. Listen for it. Velcro, right? So it's got your little accessory pouch there. But here's the beauty, man. Paul, in all his wisdom, knowing that the firearms training notebook is hot. It's hot, man. Right there. A little spot for your little kangaroo pouch. Boom. Slide your book right in your vest. Man, that way you don't leave home without it. So make sure you guys check out C2R Fast. At some point here, definitely going to be doing a review on this bad boy. Super excited. But mail call all the way from the UK, C2R Fast. Should you forget, hey, man, how do we find them? How do we locate them? What was that address again? Just go to our industry partners page, man. Bam.
Yep.
You'll see them right on there. Because, oh, by the way, we did a review on the shooter's belt, which, dude, that thing is the bomb. That is the what do we have there?
Oh, shooter belt.
That's it. C2R Fast shooter belt, man.
Yeah, the absolute best belt. We've talked about it
a
bunch. And Paul and his his crew over there, man, with the shooter belt. It's absolutely the best shooter belt that, we've said it multiple times. It's got that inner belt. It's super versatile. It doesn't move around. It's
Nope.
low. It's streamlined. You can put all your stuff on it. And dude, it's comfortable. And if it's comfortable, you're going to use it. And it's unbelievable. Performs. He just does a great job, man.
And here's the other thing with that belt, man. It's load rated, right? So it's been independently tested. That thing is load rated. So if you were to put a helo lanyard on there, clip that thing in, man, you are hooked up. Or if you just want to sit there and use the loop that's on there and just bail out off of it, hey man, it's like the last resort. Have a good ride, man.
Yeah.
So
he does great stuff. So make sure you go check him out. Like you said, in their industry partners, and his stuff's all over our IG and Facebook. Go check him out. C2R Fast, just a great company. They have dealers and distributors here in the United States, and you can get their stuff. Ricky Tick. We actually did a class in the Midwest. A couple of the tactical guys wanted to try it out, sent out an order for 5 sets of, I think, the vest and the belts. Dude, he had them in a week. Had them in a week. Everything they needed. Just great stuff, and haven't heard a bad thing about it. So, and not to mention the Fortuna jacket, the winter jacket that we've talked about. Just absolutely great stuff. And it's Christmas time, man. You can get that stuff. Like you said, they got distributors around in the Midwest. So go check them out, man.
You will not be disappointed with that Fortuna jacket. You will not be disappointed. That thing is awesome. So
yeah, the more I wear it, the more I get impressed by it. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely.
So guys, just before we get too into the weeds of what we want to talk about, it's going to be a great show today, by the way. But our friends over at Manscaped, make sure you go to manscaped.com, use the promo code OTR20, save yourself 20%. Support for the show is brought to you today by Manscaped. We'll talk about a little bit more of them later in the show. But we wanted to talk about a couple of things. We got the mail call out of the way. We're excited about that. Big thanks to Paul for shipping us over that kit. Is the firearms training notebook. Now we talk a lot about it, but something came up from a friend of yours, and I've been lucky enough to meet him down at Fayetteville at a training event. Great dude, tactical athlete. And he fell in love with the firearms training notebook. And he brought up a good point. He's in the law enforcement side of the house. And he brought up a good point about every time a critical incident happens, that it makes it into the court system. And anytime someone is severely injured by legal action or justified action, there's still always litigation that follows it. And one of the first things that a department or an individual who is trusted with carrying a firearm for a living to protect their community, one of the biggest issues is what?
Training. Show me your training records.
Training records.
Yep.
I want to see the training records from the department. I want to see this particular officer's training records. I want to see across the board what you're doing. They always try to find things to attack. And he brought up a very good point. That how much better would it be, not just for the individual to say, hey, these are all my training records. I don't just go to the range twice a year. I do this multiple times a month. How big is that for the municipality to say, not only do they have these mandatory training dates that they have to come to, but we send them home with this book and they come back and we hold them accountable for it. And we talk about it and we curtail and personalize that individual officer's training so he can get better.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the key part to me, Mark, right? So again, depending what agency, how you do your business, because again, they're all different. But if you're a roll call type agency and you have easy access to your guys, so you tell the boys, and I use boys in my unisex manner, or guys. That's just me. If you don't like it, sorry. That's just the way I roll. Anyway, tell the boys, hey man, bring your books in tomorrow. Roll call. Everybody. La-di-da-di. Now imagine this. You're a firearms training guy, scoops up your books, right? Or maybe he's got some time there, dependent, roll call again, but just looking at it from a raw brush, scoops up the books, starts going through. Man, Snuffy. He's made 0 progress on a speed magazine change. Boom, make a note. Man, old Jonesy over here, he can't pull that smoke wagon out of the holster for nothing. Put him over here, right? You can almost start having these mini groups of training customized to your officer's individual needs, right? This is where they're struggling. Or, hey, man, you look at this guy, his marksmanship's horrible, right? On his scores, whatever. You can tune all this stuff What a concept that off of an individual's own doing by using the firearms training notebook, you can pull data to set guys up where you could almost have a round robin deal to have guys getting better at their deficiencies.
Yeah,
I mean, versus some just generic, hey, we're going to shoot this in service training, whatever it may be. And old boy can't do it because he's struggling with, drill X or item X or maybe multiple items. Who knows? Now
yeah,
you've got a way to pinpoint and go, boom, let's go right to the source where you're struggling and let's get you up over that hurdle.
exactly. And what's the biggest thing we always hear from cops about when it comes to training? We don't have enough training. We don't get enough training. We don't have time. We got to, okay, fair enough. You guys are hammered. The staffing's low. You're busy. You're under a microscope. That's all very true. That's even more of a reason to laser focus those deficiencies so that you can be as efficient as you can with the time that you do have.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, that accountability is, we're not going to let the individual officer off the hook. Not at all. This is your responsibility just as much as anybody else to train you. You got to train yourself. You take care of yourself. You got to train yourself, and that by doing that, you're going to be better for the folks that you're responding with.
Yeah, and here's the deal: if you guys got questions, man, go talk to your canine guys, right? Like I was blown away. So you ask the dudes, hey man, you've got your canine log for all the training you're doing with him. Where's yours? And they ain't got one. And I'm sitting there going, oh. So talk to them, go, hey man, what's this canine training log look like? Wow. It'll just help you if you're really struggling where to start, what to do. Get some, get some help from within or reach out to us. I mean, we'll help you out as well. Don't get me wrong. But the answers
Absolutely.
are the answers are there. And if you've got canines on your department, those dudes are doing it. How about getting them in front and go, hey, talking about this, what does your canine training logbook look like? I'm sure it'll look a lot like the firearms training notebook, just geared toward dogs. Date, time, what are you doing? Yeah. So why not help them help you? And oh, by the way, help the entire department all together. I mean, the other part we talked about, Mark, just not and I hate to use the word, I hate the liability word. I loathe it, right? Because it's so,
I know.
But I will throw it out there just because it may resonate with some people. Is this a tool that could reduce your liability? I'm going to say yes, it is. Right.
Yeah.
Because you're giving guys a tool to train with. You're giving them a way to go document. Hey, dude, I got it. The challenge is this, and we've always said this: 5 minutes a day, 3 days a week to at least get your feet wet, right? Start getting this routine under your belt. When do you start? You start today. Why? Because we want to be 1% better every single day, right? And I got it. I'm a realist. Would I say every day? I would love to. But I got it. Life, everything else. If you can start at least 3 days a week, 5 minutes a day, and start that dry fire training regimen. And then you're going to see by documenting that in your book, you're going to start getting better and better and better and better.
Oh, yeah.
And then in turn with you getting better, what do you think your peers are going to do?
Yeah, man. What have you been doing? You've been doing a lot of shooting? Nah, man. I've been just doing mostly dry fire. I come out here when I can, but mostly dry fire. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and you're right. That liability word is thrown out there quite a bit. It's just, why not just take that off the table? Dude, I train.
That's
I
it.
train. That's it.
Mhm.
And the big thing too is that 1% better. There's other avenues about that we really want to get into as well. We're not going to be able to get into all of them today, but tomorrow we have an online event, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. It's going to, you can go to KelleyDefense.com, warhog.com. I think they're interchangeable. You can register for the event, come on and talk to the Patreon guys, as well as anybody else who wants to attend. And we're going to talk about this very thing, about being 1% better. And if you just take that to a literal sense, like you said, small little bits, five minutes, 3 times a week. That's it. Who doesn't have that much time? Who doesn't have that much time?
Everybody.
I don't believe it. Everybody.
You put that phone down and get off social, right? And quit sending me messages going, man, social stuff's toxic. Well, then get rid of it. What's toxic? You make it toxic, right? You're following whoever's toxic. They just get off that crap. I tell you straight up, the only reason I'm on there to market my business. You know, the people I want to communicate with, dude, we're picking up the phone or, you know, doing something that way to have a conversation. But trust me, you can put the phone down for 15 minutes throughout the week and you will find the time. I guarantee.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's gonna, not to jump ahead or get into this subject, but I'm gonna do a words of wisdom on journaling. Because somebody reached out, you know, just asking the question on that. And I just want to get some clarity out there on that whole topic and the importance of it. But it kind of had, you know, it was the classic, well, you know, I'm a nobody. Dude, first of all, shut up. You're a somebody, right? Quit saying you're a nobody. But I got nothing to journal. I got nothing. Trust me, you do. And we're going to get into the details on that and how it can be super beneficial down the road. But I say that with the point being, if you were to look at your day, how much, maybe it's not, but how many hours is your butt on that couch taking in rubbish, right? You're telling me you can't split away for 5 minutes, go to a dry fire session? You know, how much you sitting there on social? You can't cut away 5 minutes and do some dry fire? And then I'm going to sit there and take it a step further. What about your workout? What about your physical being, right? Cool. Great. You did your dry fire training. Did you work out today? What'd you do? Oh, I'm too busy. Are you? Because if you really break down your day and you put pen to paper, and if you were to sit there and go, no kidding, my eyes woke at whatever time you wake, and you start doing a tally tick of time, you got time wasted. Guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
Where you could sit there and put that time doing something.
Yeah. And you know, one of the big pieces of that is being honest with yourself. Absolutely being honest with yourself.
Totally.
You start doing that, it's good. That in itself will change your life. Once you start taking total responsibility for almost everything. Everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
can't control the weather, but almost everything else you can control.
Yeah, but that's not, dude, I got it. It's cold, right? The garage gets chilly.
Oh,
you know, it's brisk out there. That's all right. I got a stocking cap.
Yeah.
You know, I got this warm, dude, I could work out in what I'm wearing right here, right? It's functional, gives me movement. I can get my stuff going. If I start getting too hot, I'll pull a layer off. Hey, man, you can do it. It's not that hard. So for the most part, I'm going to tell you, it's just a carryover from work. I'm pretty much in whatever clothes I've got and just go out there and get my workout in.
Yeah.
Why? Why not? Why do I got to change into gym? Why do I got to wear gym stuff? Sarge, give me a break.
Yeah. There's a guy that I see running around our little uptown over here where I live. And he is wearing shop pants and a shop shirt every day. Yeah. So that tells me my man's working in a shop, and on his lunch break, he is out there getting after it. See him all the time.
Good for him, buddy.
See him all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, ever catch that guy somewhere, man? I want to buy him a cup of coffee or something, because he's inspirational. Everybody sees it. And you know what? You're going to have those guys. Like, look at that guy. That guy's an idiot. No, he's not.
Now I see a cat running around my place that's wearing his plate carrier. and I'm sitting there. I even hate to say this, but I'm like that Sergeant Major we used to see back in the day when we're out ruck running through Area J, and he's like, I wouldn't do that if I were you boys. It's like, oh man, what do you know? Yeah, I'm sitting there going, you might be all right now.
Yeah, but
you know, give it a little bit, and them knees might be going, whoo. Might put a little too much smashing on there, but anyway, but point being, you know, just get after it, man. You've got the
Mhm.
time. You would be surprised. And think about this. All right, you got to go drive to and from work. Dude, I got one of them stupid grippers in my car, man. Right? I'm getting
The
let's work
old
some
school
grip strength.
grippers.
Old school. Old school, man.
Hell yeah.
That thing's like indestructible. Now, granted, one of
Yeah,
the
no one's gonna
plastic
tell me
handles,
those things are stupid.
no. I mean,
No.
granted, one of the plastic handles has a crack in it, but dude, we still work it
Yeah.
out. And you don't want to grip, you can change up the variable, right? You can sit there and grip that thing. And if you want to be lazy, put the quarter in there. If you really want to be hard, put the dime in there and just see how
Oh,
long you keep the dime holding in that thing, and
yeah.
just it's like, hope you don't have to do evasive driving. If you got to do evasive driving, I got it. Let it go. Sorry, dude. I don't care if you're on the world record time. Get 2 hands on the wheel. Work the car.
Oh, that's so
But yeah.
good. Anyway, guys, again, like we said at the beginning of the show, Manscaped is a big supporter of the OTR universe. Great company. Go to manscaped.com. Use the promo code OTR20. Because you know why, Rick? It's never too early to start playing that holiday music. And it's never too early to start worrying about gifts. I tell you what, we got a couple good gifts today. We're going to talk about those some more. Don't think we forgot about those already.
Oh yeah.
But make sure that you use the lawnmower 4.0 to avoid any silent nights this year in the bedroom. Make sure you add those shower products, those new premium shower products. Got some of those. Big thanks to Manscaped. All you got to do is go to manscaped.com, use the promo code OTR20, save yourself 20% and get free shipping. Santa cares about his sack, and so should you. Love that. Those guys are
Yeah,
good,
buddy.
man.
Dude.
Those guys
Yeah.
are good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we need to explain. Kids are like, yeah, Santa's got a bunch of stuff in his sack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're good.
But it's a nice clean one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He ain't got no
So,
added sticks and dangling off that.
yeah, I mean, I gotta tell you, man, if you haven't experienced the lawnmower 4.0, dude, you're missing out. You're missing out, guys and girls. You're gonna love the way your man looks, man. Just make sure you treat yourself, ladies. Go to
Hey.
manscaped.com. Yeah.
There you go.
OTR20. Don't pay retail.
No way.
Don't
Not
pay
during the
retail.
holiday seasons, during this crazy economy. Save all the money you can. You're gonna need
and make
it.
sure you save. Yeah, you don't need a promo code for the firearms training notebook. Save yourself 20%. 20%.
Right now.
Go to Amazon right now.
Right now.
The firearms training notebook. Save yourself 20%. So, the class. You got a class coming up. They're filling up. We got a class coming up in March. They're filling up. So why don't you go ahead and talk about the one that you have coming? It's just a couple weeks away, right?
Yeah. So December 3rd down in Swansea, South Carolina, which is where Panteo is. I'm doing a one day only Warhog pistol class. So you can go to warhog.com, sign up for that. Look at all the stuff there. 400 round count. And again, I say it's for all shooters, right? Because it's hard to judge people's level. Like, well, I'm not a basic, I'm an intermediate, or I'm an advanced. Okay, what's the national standard for that? There is none, right? Come out to the class. We'll lay a solid foundation. If you've already got, foundations of marksmanship built, trust me, I will make you better. I've yet to find somebody that's walked away from the class going, I got nothing out of it. Trust me, you will get something. You will get improved. You'll get more efficient, more effective with the firearm, without a doubt. Doesn't matter. Red dot, iron sights, concealed carry, outside the waistband, battle belt, whatever you got. It doesn't matter. We accommodate it all. So biggest thing, just go out there, get your training, and then go from there.
Yeah, man.
Great time. But here's going to be the one, I will say this, there's going to be one slight gear shift. And that is the firearms training notebook will from here on out be incorporated more into our classes. I mean, for those of you that so for those of you that have never been to a Warhog tactical class, I'm going to tell you straight up, we start every class Warhog self-eval. In the past, pretty much if you walked away with anything, you walked away with a number, as far as the overall time and, how you graded your target. Now think about this. Go ahead, Mark. You're going to say something.
No, I was just going to say that baseline is going to immediately bear fruit because now you're going to see progression.
Yep.
You're going to see it. You do those those little sessions of dry fire, and then you go out to the range and work on a few things like, recoil management and all that stuff, and actually your grip and, with the firearm going off, you're going to immediately see that progression just from writing it down.
Mhm.
Because before, no, you weren't writing it down. Now you have something to compare it to.
Well, you had nothing, right?
You
So
had
you'd
nothing.
go out there and go, how do I know if I'm getting better? You go out there with a bunch of bullets, just make a bunch of noise and go, yeah, great, I was training. Okay, cool. But what we're going to end up doing is for the drills, because not every drill we run doesn't need to be a time drill. But for all the ones where you can get a tangible time, you're going to get a time. And what are you going to do? Oh, you're going to put it in the notebook. Now I got it. Will it add a little bit more time to the class? It will. Benefits, huge. Absolutely
Humongous.
huge. Yeah. Because now you're going to walk away from that class, not only getting the training of the class, but you're going to walk away with your tangible data that's yours, right? Everyone always goes, well, what's the standard? I love this, right? I love you guys, man, but just hear me out. What's the standard of the Warhog self-eval? You. Self-eval. That's it. I don't care if you clean that thing at 5 seconds or 50 seconds. I really don't. It's your self-eval.
Yep.
It's on what you're doing. Because from there, it's about this whole thing is your journey in your firearms training. And I got it. You can look to other people and go, hey, they're shooting this. Hey, they're doing that. And you can want to have those goals to get there. Cool. But where do you start? And here's the thing, guys. There's going to be failure along the way. Right. And I've got to bring this up because we had one guy and I'd never heard this before. Right. Mind boggling. We had the one guy at when we're at the American Tactical Canine Association out there at the range. He's like, you can't miss. Well, how do you get better? How do you push yourself? If you go, you can never miss. Cool. I can never miss. Might be there forever. But how do I sit there and go, where's my point where the wheels fall off? I'm basically running at 5th gear wide open. Yep, that's too much. Let me throttle it back. How do I make myself get better? It's through failure. Ask anybody. Yeah. I heard this thing from Michael Jordan talking, right? Dude, my man knew he lost hundreds of games, right? I think it was 26 games he blew the final shot because it was all on him. What did that do? Drive him to want to get better.
Yeah.
It's
yeah. He doesn't talk about the wins or those magnificent shots. He talks about all the ones he missed.
Yeah.
It burns him up.
Exactly. But here's the thing. When you sit there and go, is there such a thing as a bad session? I'm going to say no, there's not. Because what data are you pulling from it? Oh, man, that was horrible. I screwed that up. Okay, great. Why'd you screw it up? That's the biggest thing. If you can learn from your failure, regardless what you're doing in life, it doesn't matter. And yes, we're going to harp the firearms thing because that's where we're at. I don't care whether it's business. I don't care exercise. I don't care whatever it is. What are you doing with that failure? If you sit there and quit, dude, you're done. Right? Yeah. Don't ever quit nothing. It's like I told my kids, hey, man, you want to start a sport? Great. You're going to finish the season. You might not like it.
Yeah.
But you ain't quitting. So you have to do. I'm not saying you miss on purpose. Nope. But you're sitting there going, hey, when I'm pushing that speed, it's going to happen. That's okay. Listen to me. It is okay. It's when you're sitting there staying at that static rut point. Hey, man, why am I not breaking that next 10th of a second? Why am I not getting a little bit better? Because I don't know if you're pushing yourself. So just think about that. Right?
Yeah.
I got it. Don't go from 1st gear to 5th gear and you're sitting there all however many shots are all not on target. No, that's not what we're saying. But there comes a point where you got to sit there and open up that aperture some and then just work that speed process. So that was just an interesting concept. And don't forget, unemotional. You blow a shot, that's okay. No, I'm going to say, let me rephrase. Yes, it's not okay, but as long as we're learning from what we did to sit there and throw that shot, yes, it's, we're learning, we're getting better. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So tomorrow, guys, we're going to be doing the open registration for the group video call with Rick and I. Take advantage of it. Go to warhog.com, go to kellydefense.com, click on the online events, register for it, and sign up and join in. We're going to talk about the 1% better mindset, and it's that kind of stuff. It's a lot of simple little things just in your brain, like it's not really, and we've talked about this multiple times. It's not really failing; it's just learning. That's really what it is. Now, yeah, there are times when, hey, this, we're operational and stuff like. I get it. We're talking about trying to be better than you were yesterday. Training.
Yes.
It's training. So yeah, we're going to talk about that stuff. And then one thing we want to hit on too, something exciting. And we talked about it earlier in the week, I believe. And I think we did a video on it. The Patreon page. Listen up, law enforcement. All you guys and gals out there, we got something else coming up that's going to be big. We're going to announce next month. This was Rick's brainchild, and we're running with it. It's going to be awesome. But right now at this junction, the Patreon page, go to patreon.com/on the range podcast. Law enforcement officers, total access, $5. We got to keep the lights on. But $5 total access. You get all of our training videos, access to everything. You will have to present some law enforcement credentials, because we're going to have law enforcement exclusive content and events for you guys as well, and gals. So take advantage of it. There's a lot of good stuff on there. We got, close to 60 some newer high quality videos that will set you up for a good winter season training sessions when you can't make it to the range all the time. But man, I'm super excited about this, Rick. And I think this was your thing too. We just love our law enforcement, all the men and women out there, and we're going to support them in any way we can. We got a couple of big things, but this they can do right now, $5 a month, and you get total access plus exclusive content.
Yeah. And I mean, here's the thing, Mark, right? You live the world. I never have. I'm just the outsider looking in. And I'm the outsider looking in going, some of the things I see, and I'm going to call a spade a spade. I'm kind of appalled, right? I'm appalled that these guys are being taught at such a low level. And if we can sit there and bring them up, and I'm not saying what you guys are doing is appalling. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the training that I see out there, you deserve better. I'll just, that's the easiest way to put it. You deserve better. You deserve more time, whether it's out on the range, more time force on force, more time doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Not worried about your nitnoid admin paperwork crap. That's just Rick.
Yeah.
But this is how we give back. This is how On the Range Podcast, Warhog Tactical, Kelley Defense gives back to our LE community to go, hey man, we back you.
Oh yeah.
We make some bold statements out on the range. So any of my law enforcement officers that have been to one of my trainings, I close the class out with this after we do all our shooting, all our AAR stuff, all our stuff. And I say, I back the people I train. I said, if you're, God forbid, you ever involved in a deadly force encounter, and it does end up going to that trial type deal, call me. Send me your stuff. If I look at it and go, yep, it's clean, and you haven't tweaked anything or adjusted anything, dude, I will go freaking testify for you. I don't have a problem. And these guys are shocked and blown. You would? Why wouldn't I? I'll back you.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, and we're not sitting there trying to say that we're not talking about necessarily the individual. We're not talking about the instructors, the training staff, individuals out there. They're out there, they're doing a tough job too, and they're doing the very best that they can. This is just our way of thinking. These are things that are very implementable. This right here, huge. Some of the things we talk about on the range about the mindset, teaching or training for the test, not training for progression. Huge. And we're not going to get too into that, because we want you to come to the webinars and all the other stuff we're going to have and the Patreon page. That's what we're talking about. Yeah. You law enforcement officers, you come on there. We're going to have chats just for you, video calls just for you guys and gals, and we're going to talk about those very things, because you can do this on your own. It's not just you don't have to depend on your training staff. You can do this on your own. You don't have to train for the test every time. You shouldn't be doing that at all.
No,
it's performance on demand.
Bam.
When you got to
Woo!
get out there.
Where have I heard
Ooh,
that one before?
oh yeah, that's a
Woo!
big one. But I just dropped that from 40,000 feet.
Man.
Boom.
think you robbed it from somebody. I
Oh,
think I
yeah.
know the guy.
Dude, I probably said that 3 times a day since you said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Because
again, it's not, it's your responsibility too, guys and gals. And we're going to
Mhm.
help any way that we
Yeah.
can. You can get on there and say, you're crazy, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll tell you why. And if you still think we're crazy, well, but I don't think you're going to, because
No.
like you said, the product that we do, the programs that we do,
Mhm.
we really believe in it. And we really believe in what we're talking about when it comes to 1% better too. So that Patreon
and
page,
yeah.
take care of it,
Hey,
guys. Yeah.
Here's the thing, Mark. They're proven programs, right? They're proven, I'll tell you first and foremost, by me, because I'm here on this planet. And they're proven by your fellow law enforcement officers that have been to our programs. And I hate to get, these text, emails, any of that other crap. Hey, dude, that stuff you taught me saved my life. I don't want them, right? But they are bringing basically the, I guess I got to say the guys and the girls, because I can't just say guys, but they're bringing you guys home, right? That's what they're doing. Some cases, some guys might be smashed up a little bit, but you're coming home. That's cool. That's the goal at the end of the day.
You had that one message very early in our process.
Dude, we got done that St. Louis class.
Yeah.
Right.
And, we don't really want to tell who in what service. Doesn't matter.
No, we were out there. It was one of our free events out at St. Louis, right? We drew from everybody. So it's a big radius to pull from. But long story short, yeah, dude, specifically the physical dress. That was the key point, the key driving factor to that. But yeah. I want to get on the performance on demand, because that's it. That, you open that Pandora's box, and I think that's a key thing to bring up. And it was, I think it was at ATK9, this last one, if I remember right, when old boy was like, yeah, I was telling him about the Warhawk selfie. I was like, oh, so this is like a cold drill. So what's a cold drill, right? To me, this cold drill thing does not.
I'm guilty of saying that. I've said that before.
But here's the thing. It's performance on demand.
Yeah.
Because let's think about this. Before you get into your deadly force encounter, or before you get into your gunfight, or whatever word you want to dub it, is there a warm-up? Nope. So it's your quote-unquote code drill, i.e. performance on demand. At that moment of high stress, boom, can you sit there and perform? So I'm going to drop something else and get the wheels spinning, which I shouldn't, but I will, just because love you guys. The colder months are coming up. We're probably buttoned up a little snugger in our jackets. We may or may not be wearing some gloves. Have we incorporated any of this stuff into our dry fire training? So if you look at some of your puffy jackets you got, they got them little zipper things on the side. Are we ensuring that we can actually access our firearm like we need to? Can we actually, what gloves are we using? Does it give us the dexterity to do what we have to do? I don't know. I'm just asking the questions. And you're going to go, well, Rick, why would we do that? Why wouldn't you? Right? So it was like, if you watch that, when I was just kind of doing that overview of the Springfield 1911 DS Prodigy, what was one of the things I did? I put some gloves on. At like 1,000 degrees, I was on the face of the sun that day. Why? Why wouldn't you? Because you got to shoot with gloves, or some people do. But these are the things we're trying to get you guys to think about. Like my little shirt here, terrible for concealed carry. I'll tell you straight up. Why? Because the pockets have these little strings attached. They don't flop around or something. Terrible snag hazard. But as we transition to these colder months, how many layers are you guys wearing? Or how many layers are covering your firearm to get to? I don't know.
Yeah.
Things you might want to figure out.
I don't know about you. I look like, remember, what was that? Randy from A Christmas Story?
What's his name,
When he went,
Randy?
was his name Randy or Ralphie, his
No,
brother? There,
Ralphie.
yeah.
Ralphie. Yeah. That's it. So check it
That's what I
out.
look like when I go outside these days.
Yeah. So can you sit there? So if you look like Ralphie, all right, and nothing against my guys that are wearing prescription glasses, but if you got some
Yeah.
little face thing on, is your stuff being fogged up? Can you actually
Yeah.
see? I don't know. And then let's look at our departments that are running red dots. Have you actually
Yeah.
tried taking that red dot from the nice toasty car
Yeah.
to the
Mhm.
outside and see what happens?
Yeah.
I'm just posing the questions, man. I know what my
Yeah.
equipment does. You
Yeah.
know, I that aim point acro, of course, you can use code WARHOG5 to save 5% with aim point. Shameless plug. But with that acro, I'm telling you this.
Oh, dude.
There's no
Money.
draws. Zip, zero,
Money.
zilch. Yeah. But
Yep. I
for
did
all the
some dry
rest,
fire the other day. I showed everybody on the IG.
I saw that, man.
Yeah.
Looking good, buddy.
Oh, dude. Writing
Yeah.
everything down in my notebook.
That's it, man. Having that
Yeah.
plan.
Yeah.
No, but that goes with it is that's the other beauty with the notebook, right? You can start like you can go, oh, maybe I want to test this. Maybe I want to do that. Stick it in there. Go
I know.
knock that stuff out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, we
So,
should be doing that anyway, guys. Just all fun aside, we should be doing that. Should be shaking out your gear.
mhm.
The whole train like you fight thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't mean you have to wear a bunch of stuff on. Oh yeah. What are you drinking? Watermelon hoist?
Watermelon hoist. So delicious.
Dude.
So hydrating.
Yeah.
Level 4 hydration.
Level 4 hydration. I got the Flaming Joe
Man,
Ignite from Killcliff.
you're getting fired up this late at night? Ooh, I like it, man.
Well,
Late night of
that's just
training.
how I roll, man.
Mhm.
That's how I roll. We had a serious mail call today. Jacked. I'm like Ralphie being up all night on Christmas, man.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So, all right, man. I think we covered pretty much everything tomorrow. That open registration Zoom call,
Mhm.
the video call. Make sure you go there, check it out. We're going to be talking 1% better every day. Mindset. I think it's important. We're going to cover in depth all those things, and here's some stories from some of the patrons who got a message in the chat board for the Patreon group. A guy talking about how accountable he's been holding himself, and he's starting to really see some benefit from it. Can't wait to hear that.
Yeah.
So make sure you swing over to warhog.com, kelleydefense.com, sign up for that Zoom call. We have some other stuff, some online events. Rick mentioned his training next month on December 3rd, correct?
Mhm. Yep.
South Carolina, sign up for that. And we have some training already at the first of the year in 2023. Rick and I together are going to be in the Midwest in Ohio. Make sure you check that out. And we also talked about, again, all you law enforcement guys, everybody, go check out the Patreon group at patreon.com/on the range podcast. But yeah, a lot of things going down. The Black Friday, like you said, your newsletter went out today. Great newsletter, by the way.
Thank you, buddy.
Had the class on there, and it also had save 20% on the firearms training notebook. So make sure you go check that out. But yeah, man, a lot of things going on.
I got one alibi.
Okay.
So if you guys go to FUR, realmeals.com. So for Real Meals, they're doing a raffle between now and December 1st. I think they're $5 a ticket.
Nice.
Long story short, all their proceeds from all that stuff is going to support the in the honor of Duco project. So go check those guys out. Check out that raffle. Check out all the great stuff. If you're a dog guy, if you're not, if you know somebody's got a dog, be a great Christmas gift for them. But For Real Meals kind of pushing that stuff because they reached out to us and they want to support the In Honor of Duco project. So in turn, just want to let you guys know about that. But and on that, any of you guys that donated to the In Honor of Duco project or to like a statue or anything like that, thank you very much. So appreciate all your support.
Yeah. Any word on the patches?
Not yet.
Can't let that cat out of the bag yet.
So I will let this little cat out.
All right.
The patches, we will have patches. They're coming soon. That's all. I'm just gonna leave it at that. So if you're not signed up for the newsletter, because here's the bottom line, right?
Yeah.
When they come in, when I get them in, because we're in the manufacturing process, right? Yes. They may look like that. They may not. We may have different color schemes. Ooh, no. Wouldn't you like to know which color schemes there are? Sign up for that newsletter, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm going to give the newsletter guys the first bite and, give them a heads up on it. So that's just, I think that's the fairest way between that and the Patreon dudes. Let our patrons know, hey, man, here's your heads up. Let those that are signed up for the newsletter, you're second in the hopper. And yeah. So no, we will have patches coming here soon. So for all of you that purchased, the overwhelming support, thank you guys. I can't thank you enough. But yeah, more to follow on that.
Sounds good, buddy. A lot going on.
Man.
Make sure you go to our websites and check out those pages and sign up for the emails.
Yeah.
Have a great week, Rick. And I don't know
buddy.
if we're going to be back on until after the holiday, but we'll let you guys know. If the Patreon guys and the email guys are going to know right away.
Well, regardless, if we don't, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You guys enjoy the time. Get you some turkey. Enjoy that time with the family. Good quality time. And again, make this Thanksgiving 1% better than last year.
Roger that. Have a good one, Rick.
All right, bye.